Hey there, welcome back. So today we will check out the usage of a static keyword and we will check a couple of static elements. In order to do that, we will add in the class in our project static elements, and the name of the class could be like app. The package could be like org.studyeasy, and this will also contain the main method. Let's click on finish, and here we go. So now we have our class app. Now moving forward, we would be adding a yet another class by the name of test static, and we will make the package as org.studyeasy.test, and we will again click on finish. And here is our test static class. Now inside this class test static, we will add in a property. This would be a int property. The name of this property could be like a static variable, and we will give the value for this variable as 0 to initialize this variable, and we will also create getters and setters for this variable. So I will right click, navigate to source, and generate the getters and setters. Alright, so this looks good. Let me click on finish, and here we go. So we have the getters and setters. Now moving forward, let us navigate to app.java file, and in here we would be creating an object of test static type, and we will give the name of the object as obj1, and we will initialize the object. So this seems to be good enough. Now let us quickly print out the value of the test variable which is there. So we will type in obj1.getStaticVariable, and we will try to execute the program and try to check out the current value, which is nothing but the value 0, right? So we have initialized this variable with 0, so the output should be 0. Here we go. Moving forward, we will also try to set the value for this variable. So we will call in the setStaticVariable method, and we will set the variable value to 1. Now then we will again try to print the variable value. We will copy and paste the statement, and we will execute, and here is the output, which is good again. Alright, so moving forward, we would be like adding some message before like displaying the value of the variable that will give us a better understanding. So obj1's current variable value is 0, and then obj1's current variable value is 1. Alright, so now moving forward, we would be creating a yet another object obj2, and we will initialize this with the default constructor. Then we will try to print the current value of the static variable once again, and the output should give us 0. Alright, so now using the obj object, let us set the value of a static variable. The name of the variable is static. We haven't marked it as static till now. We will set the value to 24 maybe, and then let us copy and paste the statement. Here we go, and we will show the output, which is as expected. So there is no rocket science till now. Alright, so finally let us move to teststatic.java file, and we will mark the variable, the int variable, as static, and let us also mark it as private, which is a better practice. Alright, so this seems to be good enough, no issues, and everything looks good. Let us navigate to app.java file, and here we will execute our program, and here is the output. Now friends, I don't know whether you have identified the change or not. So there is some change, but in order to show you a better change, let us create a yet another object. The name of the object is obj3, and we will initialize this with the default constructor once again. Alright, so this is good, and then moving forward, we will simply try to print the value of a variable. Now in here we are not setting the value. Note that we are not setting the value, and the name of the object is obj3. Again, the default value of the variable changed to 24. Now why is this? The reason is pretty simple, because the variable is static. Let me again undo the change, and let me show you the output, and here the values are reverted, and the current value of obj3's variable is set to 0 again, which is like the huge change. Now friends, static variable has a independent memory location, or in other words, they have a single copy in memory. They are not dependent on object. As a result, when we are making change using a single object, the changes are getting reflected in other objects as well. Why? Because that specific variable is shared between all of these objects. So that is what a static variable is. Let's proceed further. Now moving forward, let us fix a couple of issues. In here, let us change it to class name dot variable name, which is the correct way. We will also mark these methods as a static. Why? Because static elements needs to be like accessed in a static method. That's a better practice, and the way how we can access a static method is again very simple. Simply make use of the name of the class dot name of your method, and that's it. And this is why Eclipse is complaining. Let us fix the warnings, and Eclipse is helping us to do this change real quick. So these are the changes which we have already did, and now let us change all of these warnings real quick. Give me a couple of seconds. Here we go. So this looks good, and let me execute the program, and here is the output, which is perfect. All right, so this looks good to me. Now moving forward, let us navigate to teststatic.java, and let us try to mark the class as a static. And as soon as we do that, Eclipse start complaining, and we have to remove the static keyword. The reason is pretty simple. We won't be able to mark the class as a static, but there is a way how we can mark a class as a static, which we will see in later down the line videos. Alright, so now let's navigate to app.java file, and in here we don't require any of these objects. So let us get rid of these, and we are dealing with like a static method and a static variable, so we don't need an object though. Alright, so now let us execute our program, and here is the output. Now friends, if we check this program, there are a couple of issues. Let us modify the messages, which will give us a better understanding. We are not making use of objects, right? And there are a couple of statements which are not required. So let me do certain bookkeeping thing. Yes, so this looks to be good enough. Alright, so this is good. And let us execute the program, and here is the program. So this is quite good. Alright, so this is all about today's video. Hope you guys enjoyed it. Thanks for watching. Take care.